Teams in contention to be crowned champions. This has been an extraordinary title race in Sweden. Djurgården, our focus here, are without question the favourites, and they start the day 3 points clear, knowing a draw at Norrköping here guarantees them a first title in 14 years. Here are the fixtures for today. Note as well where the other two title contenders are playing. Malmö must win at Örebro and hope that Djurgården drop points. It's exactly the same situation for Hammarby. Both those teams need Djurgården to lose at Norrköping this afternoon. This could be a title race that is decided by goal difference. Note that Djurgården are looking for a result away to a Norrköping side that are fifth in the table and have won their last 8 home games, the most recent 7 of those without conceding. Not easy fixtures as well for Hammarby, who face a good side in Häcken, who are in the top 6 in the table, while Malmö go to mid-table Örebro. With the atmosphere building very nicely for Norrköping's final home fixture of the season. Well, at the start of this week, even defending champions AIK were in the running to win the Allsvenskan. This was a 4-horse title race in Sweden, but Malmö, second right now, beat AIK on Monday to end their challenge. So Djurgården know that a draw is enough with that 3-point lead at the top. But if they lose and one of Malmö or Hammarby win, the title will not be lifted here. This game, unsurprisingly, a sellout. 15,500 in attendance. Fans warned not to buy second-hand tickets, going for bigger money. And there are no doubt there are many Djurgården fans here hoping to witness a moment of history. They were beaten by Norrköping at home back in... nearly beaten by Norrköping at home back in April. The visitors leading until the 90th minute when Eric Berg got the equaliser. Norrköping beat Häcken 1-0 on Sunday. They're unchanged. Christopher Nyman is their top active goal scorer with 10 goals. That's after Jordan Larsson was sold in the summer. Isak Pettersson has been excellent between the posts this season, and it's why the goalkeeper has been nominated for the Allsvenskan Goalkeeper of the Year award. This is their familiar system, with Toraninsson and Smith looking to bomb on the wings at every opportunity. Djurgården, meanwhile, are unchanged as well after a 3-0 win against Örebro on Monday. Their top scorer is the man leading the line, Mohamed Buya Touré. He has 14 goals this season. In the number 10 role is the Englishman Curtis Edwards, who was signed from Östersund in the summer. Fredrik Ulverstad scored a penalty on Monday in that win against Örebro. As there was also a cameo appearance for the striker Emir Kujovic, who scored his amongst the substitutes today. But look out for the wing-backs, Kek and Vitry in particular on the right-hand side, and Jonathan Ring down the left, who's a real menace for Djurgården. Well, we will be keeping you up to date with the scores elsewhere this lunchtime in Sweden. It's nearly 1 o'clock local time, and the full 90 minutes on the way. Some of the flare smoke from the Djurgården end is still blowing around the stadium. They had a packed house for the 3-0 win against Örebro on Monday. Got off to a perfect start when they were given a penalty inside the opening minutes, scored by Fredrik Ulverstad, the former Burnley midfield player. And they never really looked uncomfortable in that game. Djurgården, they've been in incredible form, winning 6 of their last 7 matches. They're beginning to believe, but this is a tough game today for Djurgården. Their captain Marcus Danielsson leading the rallying cries in that huddle, calling on his teammates to keep their focus. Tommy Vaiho at the other end for Djurgården has also been nominated for the 2019 Allsvenskan Goalkeeper of the Year. Here we go. They are trying to keep the kickoff times simultaneous around the country. And our referee today, by the way, is Glenn Nyberg, one of the top officials in Sweden. In 2 hours' time, we will know the identity of the 2019 champions in Sweden. Hammarby and Malmö both need Djurgården to lose here to have any hope in third and second, respectively, of lifting the Länders Hansen Cup. But the visitors today at Norrköping are in pole position, 3 points clear on final day, and they know a draw will be enough regardless of what happens elsewhere. We're up and running with me, Rob Daly, as we have the first corner of the game. Norrköping in the white tops with blue shorts, and Djurgården in their familiar light blue and dark blue stripes. So the central defenders are forward for this one here. There's a bit of wrestling and tangling inside that penalty area as Jakob Larsson was trying to meet it. And then there's a fierce effort from range. Vitry retreats to the halfway line. How Norrköping would love to spoil the party, spoil the day for Djurgården. Djurgården get the free kick for the challenge on Buya Touré. But he was actually pushed into the Norrköping defender who was trying to head it away. Valentinac can't quite keep that one in. The Serbian-born winger operating out on the right-hand side. Haksabanovic tried to slip that in. It's a lovely turnout by Karlström. Valentinac will give chase here, but Castrogran will go back to his goalkeeper, Isak Pettersson, who's a very reliable goalkeeper. Haksabanovic is on it again, and it's a nice ball as well into Nyman. Vital intervention from Danielsson, and it will be a corner, first of the game for Norrköping. Good purposeful play from the two wingers for Norrköping today. And Danielsson, who's nominated for the Player of the Year award in Sweden, was across to deal with it. Haksabanovic, who was signed on loan from West Ham at the start of this year, and he's been told to wait. And it looks like we may have some drama in the stands here. The thing's getting a little bit unsavoury in the corner, and the referee is calling the players off. Well, the security are a little bit outnumbered at the moment, and the Djurgården players, look at this. They're going over to their own supporters, asking them to calm down. Tensions heightened on a massive day in the title race. And everybody inside their stadium needs to keep their cool. Look at this. Even the goalkeeper, Tommy Vajo, was over to speak to the Ultra supporters who've made the journey here today. And it will lead to a brief stoppage. But you can see the Norrköping supporters there completely riled and running across the side of the stand to say their bit. And it looks like everything has calmed down. Well, the referee didn't muck about. He instantly called the players to the halfway line. So now we have the corner to be taken by Sead Haksabanovic. Bit of a wait here for this corner. I think the referee's actually dictating where the play will start. You can see that some of those supporters still haven't returned to the stands. And I think that is the issue. The referee's pointed to those supporters who are not in the proper standing section. Well, additional police making their way over to this pocket of the stadium, and I think because it's the part of the ground where the Djurgården and Norrköping supporters are almost directly in contact. Well, the idea today, by the way, as well, was that all the second halves of the games would kick off simultaneously as well, 3 minutes after the hour. Well, it looks like the players for Norrköping are now asking their own supporters if they can make their way back up into the stand. What an unusual situation. So it looks like they're all roughly headed back in. This could be an interesting afternoon, to say the least. It looks like we can go again. So now we can have the corner. Sabanovic into the middle, it's into the net! Disaster for Djurgården! Richardson is the man celebrating! And after all of that, and after all of the wait, on the day when they're fighting for the title, Djurgården are behind. It's a ball whipped in. And it just hits off the back of the defender, I think, and goes into the net. That is extraordinary. Rasmus Lauritzen just turned his body away, but it was enough to beat Vajo. And Djurgården now in the nightmare scenario in which they find themselves behind, and that news will filter through around the country to supporters of Malmö and Hammarby. It is exactly what they need. They know that Djurgården must lose here to have any chance. Well, I bet he can't believe it's like the defender who scores his 5th of the season. He scored the winner on Monday, in fact, in the 1-0 success at Häcken. May have actually even come off his backside on its way into the net. Big questions now being asked of Djurgården. Do they have the character? They certainly have the quality. Radetinac showing his, and that will surely be a yellow card as well. So free kick. And it will be a caution as well for Torrensson, who's playing as the sort of left midfielder, left wing back. Did not know what to do with Radetinac there. And a bit careless from the defender to pick up a yellow card so early in this game, particularly against a player with Radetinac's quality. Vitry will swing this one into the middle, and it's a good ball too. It was just behind everybody in the end. Keck thumps it forward. The final touch was off a Norrköping player, and Djurgården have a corner. So Vitry stands over this one, as he did with the free kick, and the ball's good, and it's nearly another bizarre goal, is it? Off the line, Buya Touré thought he turned it in. Ring, keeping it alive, and they'll get another corner. How was that not 1-1? Remarkable. Buya Touré was there trying to guide that in. Jakob Larsson was there as well. It looped up in the air. Neither team looking particularly sturdy from set pieces. Even this one still pinging around the area. It's backed by Curtis Edwards, former Middlesbrough Academy player. Bajo with the quick apology out to Edwards as that ball is loose. It is a throw into Djurgården. News of a goal elsewhere. Malmö have taken the lead in their game this afternoon, away at Örebro. Rasmus Bengtsson with the goal. And by my maths, that means as things stand, Uwe Rosler's Malmö will be champions. Vitry round the back. So currently, Djurgården losing here will not win their first title in 14 years. Is it all going to come undone? And one of the toughest away days in the league. Norrköping have won their last 8 at home and haven't conceded in the last 7 of those. An extraordinary record. They started the season so badly, and that's why they do not find themselves in contention on final day. Askersson. Flip forward and it's a long scrap. Nyman. Moves it on Nyman. 2 in the middle here. Good ball, 2! It's 2-0! Haksabanovic has guided it in! And the walls are crumbling in for Djurgården. Norrköping cannot believe it. In less than a quarter of an hour, they have struck twice, and a slip from the defender Vitry afforded Haksabanovic the time and the space to just guide it beyond Tommy Vaiho. What on earth is going on for Djurgården? They have a mountain to climb. They can still lose and win the title today, but they need the other two contenders to fluff their lines. We're hearing that Malmo have got a second goal, and they now lead 2-0 at Örebro. Arnold Traustason, the Icelandic midfield player, has got it. Right now, Malmo will be champions. Djurgården must get a draw. We're only 15 minutes in, but remarkable drama on and off the pitch of this game. Radetinac chasing that down, and that should have been a corner, I thought. I'm certain that came off Torarinsson last. Well, the goal scorer once said, Haksabanovic, who is a West Ham player on loan for 18 months. Made 2 appearances for West Ham, but neither of those were in the Premier League. He had a time at Malaga last season. Oh, Vaiho's going to have to dart off his line here because Andreas Blomqvist was making a run from the pass from Haksabanovic. And not entirely sure what's gone on here between Goldstrom and Scrab. Well, the Djurgården players had that little huddle just after the second goal to try and regroup. Fransson. I want this back again, Fransson, but it will go all the way back to the Norrköping back line. Castigreen. They're moving the ball about very nicely here, Norrköping, with an overload coming down the left-hand side. Torarinsson. Just lost the ball, and Vitry has the confidence and ability to guide that out. Vitry. Goldstrom, Touré is running in behind here, and it's done well, the striker, to keep it alive. Thumped away by Pettersson. Vitry jumps, misses it, but able to get on the end of it. So a nervy time on the way here for Kim Bergstrand and Thomas Legeloff, the joint head coaches of Djurgården. Not something you see very much these days, but they have been joint nominated for the Allsvenskan Coach of the Year award. Vitry. On by Una Larsson. Nice little clip ball into Edwards, but he was unable to bring that down. Moved on by Franson. And here comes Smith. Still goalless, by the way, between Hammarby and Häcken. Edwards will pick up the loose ball, and Djurgården will look to get this moving. They had that chance when they were 1-0 down from the corner, but they've not created a great deal overall inside the opening 20 minutes. Touré. It's that drop over his shoulder. Ring. Well, they're looking for a penalty. Lauritsen saying there's no way that's a spot kick to Jonathan Ring. Scrab. Henrik Kastegren moves it on to Tara Insson, who's a current Iceland international. Karlström, that'll be a yellow card. That's a nasty challenge, a yellow card at the very least, I'm sure. Haksabanovic is told to wait, and I think the referee's going to maybe try and ask his fourth official how bad this one was. It's not too bad, actually. It's very late. It's a deliberate foul. And no further punishment, it would appear, for the man on loan from West Ham. Touré, Radetinac is in behind, and the flag has stayed down. Oh, just behind Buya Touré. He seems to be appealing for something. He's holding up his arm. Vitry. It is in their own hands here, Djurgården, but they have so much work to do to salvage their title challenge. Radetinac. Nicely done, Karlström. Insson will sweep this one away. Need to keep up this pressure. Start of the day, they had the second best defence in the league, Djurgården, having conceded just 17 times in 29 league games. Radetinac got round the back. Let's see if we can work out exactly what was bugging Buya Touré here. Not entirely clear, in truth. Vitry, it was a fine delivery on him, and the vision as well, and Radetinac sees his effort blocked. Djurgården's travelling support in that main part of the stadium. There are a few others who are scattered around, although supporters were warned if they did buy tickets for the Norrköping end, they would be ejected or refused entry had they been spotted prior to kick-off. Danielsson, lovely floated ball out to Ring. Ulverstad, Una Larsson. Vitry. Radetinac, Buya Touré. Ulverstad has salvaged it and will belt for goal, and that will be enough to earn a corner. Good swell this for the side that were top of the table at the start of the day. in the live league table. Malmö level on points with Djurgården, but ahead of them comfortably on goal difference. Hammarby is still drawing against Häcken, and they're 2 points off the leaders. Vitri's delivery nearly pops out to Hallström on the edge of the penalty area. And Edwards normally has a wonderful first touch. Sees that one pop off the top of his boot. Catch to Gray. Savanovic. Norrköping, since the second goal, haven't really threatened too much. They don't need to. There is the possibility of climbing to fourth today for Norrköping, but they need AIK to lose their home game with GIF Sundsvall, who are second from bottom. Still goalless there, but you imagine that AIK will not lose that match, and the Norrköping will finish fifth in the standings. They can't finish lower than that. But it's not enough for a European place. They were in the Europa League qualifiers this season, beaten in early August, knocked out by Hapoel Beersheva. Well, back by Andreas Blomqvist. Ulverstad on the turn. Ring, who was their main creative player on Monday in that comfortable 3-0 win over Örebro. He was absolutely fantastic down the left-hand side. Huge, hour or so of game time to come. Everyone in attendance knows it. Free kick on halfway. It's a bit winded here, and it's a nasty fall. Christopher Nyman just checking to see if he is okay, and Kim Bergstrand and Thomas Lagerlof may well be forced into making some kind of change. Well, let's recap on how Djurgården got themselves into this position. A goal from Rasmus Lauritsen off his back, and then the second goal from Sead Haksabanovic, the Montenegro international. And that has Jens Gustafsson's side in a wonderful position to win this game. I'm not entirely sure what that ball's trying to achieve. Launched long by Isak Pettersson. Made his Sweden international debut and goal at the start of this year. Sweden play fixtures in January, where they generally give a lot of domestic-based players the opportunity to pick up caps for the national team. Particularly while there is a break in Sweden. We, of course, in this league operate from spring to autumn instead of summer to spring, like most leagues across the continent. It is a calendar year campaign, which is why it's the final day today. Savanovic. He's looked great so far, the 20-year-old. Overstad with a perfectly timed challenge to get Djurgården moving. Touré needs some support. He's surrounded by players in white shirts. He's done well to get to the byline. Touré, can he hang it up? Edwards lurking on the edge of the penalty area, can't be found. Here's Overstad. Vitry. Danielsson. Overstad, good run. Touré's with him. Martinez. He's never going to be able to generate any real power in that effort. The big diagonal out towards Edwards didn't work. Martinez is playing a little bit more central now. Edwards drifting out to the right-hand side. He can play on the wing. The worried news for Djurgården here is that Norrköping have not conceded at home in their last 7 matches. But they need to score twice here in the next hour. Give you a true indicator of how bad that start was for Norrköping this season. They only won 1 of their opening 8 games. Remember, they were second in the table last season, the main challengers to AIK in the end. But that dismal start of a 30-game season effectively ruled them out of winning the title. Touré, great work from him. No competition, so Djurgården have won 7 of the last 8 away games. They don't look too rattled here by this situation, having a lot of the ball at the moment. Here's Overstad. See if it stays at 2-0 to half-time, just how panicky they'll get in possession. Unulason. Martinez. There's no real gap to shoot there. Vitry will recycle it. Overstad. Ring. Karlström. Does have a decent hit on him from a distance, Jesper Karlström, but he's only scored once all season. And he was central as well. It was never going to concern the goalkeeper. This player who made his Sweden debut in January of last year in a friendly with Denmark. Martinez. Vitry. Touré trying to outmuscle the defender. Overstad keeps his team in possession, but Danielsson was stretching to reach it. Hammarby still colours for Häcken. Malmö will be champions as things stand. We'll keep you updated with the other two scores elsewhere, with Malmö leading 2-0 at Örebro. Good pressure here from Djurgården. Flip forward and away by Keck. Goal for Hammarby. They lead against Häcken by 1-0. Alexander Kacaniklic, formerly of Fulham, has got the goal there. We now have 3 teams all on 65 points at the top of the table. Pedersen. Lovely move here. Gudmundur Thorarinsson hangs it up. Danielsson away. So right now Malmö are winning the title on goal difference alone. As things stand, they have a superior goal difference to Hammarby of 2. It's mathematically impossible for Djurgården to win the league on goal difference. If everyone's on 65, they cannot win it, because they started the day with an inferior goal difference to Malmö. What a run here from Ulverstad. He's looking for the penalty, and Glenn Nyberg's having none of it. What a run that was from Fredrik Ulverstad. Foul by Uno Larsson. And you never know, this could be a league decided not on goal difference, but on goals for, goals scored. If this is how it stays here with Djurgården losing. They really wanted that penalty. Back by Petri. Pinged all the way out to Elliot Keck, the left back, who hasn't really been able to get forward as much as he loves to do. Petri as well has been slightly stifled down this right-hand side. Here he goes, the right back, who's up for the league's Young Player of the Year award. Ring. I think everybody has the earpiece in to listen to what's happening elsewhere. Free kick to Norrköping. Danielsson, the captain, retreats from the scene after the challenge on Simon Skrab. Nilsson. 1-1 when these sides met earlier in the season. Djurgården needing a 90th minute equaliser from a man out injured today, Eric Berg, to salvage a point. There are a lot of Djurgården supporters inside the stadium today, the home of Norrköping. Lovely ball, Edwards popping up in between the lines as he likes to do. Vitry with a couple of options in the middle. He'll always try and go low with it, really, Vitry, from open play. Winning the title also means qualifying for the first round of the Champions League. Second and third going to the Europa League first qualifying round. Vitry's delivery. Bit too high for the men who were clustered around the 6-yard box. Edwards keeps it alive. Man who was part of that iconic Östersund side that went deep into the Europa League before eventually being beaten by Arsenal. Of course, the manager, Graham Potter, now applies his trade in the Premier League as the manager of Brighton Hove Albion. Torrinsson, scrap. Can't get that through, and it's a foul by Ring. Well, 4 minutes until we've had the 45, but remember we had that long stop due to crowd issues in the opening minutes of the game just before the goal for 1-0. Danielsson misses that, thought going 3-0 down, simply unthinkable for Djurgården. Okay, down the line, Buya Toure, man they're looking to today with his 14 goals in 28 league games this season. He's won the free kick. Sierra Leone international striker who's on loan from the Belgian club Sint-Truidense. It's safe to say he didn't really enjoy his time in Belgium. He says, "I'm not going back." We'll see what his parent club have to say about that. He kicks a good one in towards Danielsson. Buya Toure will place it. Tried to anyway, opened up his boot to get the accuracy and just guide that into the top corner. He saw that it was going to break him on the edge of the penalty area, but he's off the mark. Larsson. Back to Vaiho. No mucking about this time from the experienced goalkeeper. Card on the way here for Buya Toure. Yeah, tie for the striker. There was a ball to win there, but in the modern game you cannot show your studs like that. Three goals in his last 3 games for Mohamed Buya Toure, and you could see Djurgården getting frustrated. At this point, I think Buya Toure should just take himself away from the situation. Issue here for Lars Gerson. Luxembourg international central defender, who was picked up a couple of years ago by Norrköping and is a key component of their back three. Touré really needs to stop talking to the referee. No penalty there. Relatively soft as Jesper Karlsson made the challenge. Jens Gustafsson, by the way, took over in 2016. He's actually got a contract to 2021. The head coach who's very popular with Norrköping supporters, particularly that title challenge last year. But they couldn't quite catch AIK despite them floundering into the final weeks of the season. AIK's title challenge this year ended by Malmö last weekend. They went and lost there on Monday. Vitry stands on the ball, the youngster. The two right-sided players have just committed themselves, and it means the central midfielders here are trying to help Savanovic. It was a nice little bit of build-up play, but Danielsson tidies up very smartly. Vitry, Radetinac. 5 minutes of additional time. Touré's in the middle, and he wasn't anticipating that to go all the way through. And Touré cannot let his frustration get the better of him here on that yellow card. Massive let-off for Norrköping as goalkeeper and defender let that fly across the 6-yard box. Great work from Radetinac, great placement on the delivery, and had Touré attacked it at the back post, it would have been 2-1. This was Smith here, who did get the final touch before that went out for a throw-in. On by Ulverstad. Vitry. Norrköping ball. I think the referee has overruled the assistance. Clipped on by Vitry. Curtis Edwards down the line. He's got really tidy sort of Adam Lallana style play about him. Curtis Edwards, but he's just denied as he tried to drift into the penalty area. No title since 2005. They are 7-time champions of Sweden, Djurgården. They want that 8th title, but currently it will elude them. Half-time between Örebro and Malmö, where it is 2-0. Half-time at Hammarby, where they lead Häcken by 1-0. Touré moved on by Karlström. Quite a few blue shirts in the middle, and there was Edwards to thunder it just wide. Great chance for the Englishman. Curtis Edwards, who scored minutes into his debut earlier in the season, had the ball hung up to him. He has the technique to get that on target, but it's narrowly wide of the post. Djurgården need a draw. They haven't drawn any of their last 14 matches. Evidently, they have won 12 of those and lost the other 2 to Hammarby and AIK. In fact, that recent home defeat to Hammarby, had that result gone the other way, they would be champions already. Big ball up towards Radetinac. So we have 90 seconds of the additional time remaining. Karlström knocked out of it. Savanovic on the charge as he has been throughout the lunchtime game, down the left-hand side. Uno Larsson. Edwards. This ball into ring. And swept for goal again from the edge of the penalty area by Jesper Karlsson. Second time he's done that today. and both have been way off the mark. You can feel the anxiety from the stands. It's going to be a painful afternoon for these supporters of a huge football club in Stockholm, in Djurgården. Their last major honour was the 2018 Swedish Cup, and it was their first major success in 13 years. Victory. Lovely ball from Karlstrom, but will there be even time to knock this into the penalty area? And Nilsson, just to move it quickly, Edwards. At half-time, there are 3 teams in the league, all level, on 65 points at the top on the final day. But if they lose here, Djurgården will not be champions. At the break, it's Norrköping 2, Djurgården 0.
Dagens matchvärd är SM-GULD, affärsbank. Dagens matchmål presenteras av Ica. Ica Quantum och Norrköping. Bogruppen, Suez, Servon, Relations by Linor, Årsmåleri, TM-kontor och reklam, OCL Brorsons samt Jäkta. Boka upp i julens stora upplevelse hos oss. 28-30 november brukar vi upp ett stort julbord i Trikhallen. På grund av vi har så monterat och den här blandningen av musik med Peter Johansson. Webpage på Norrköping.se för mer information och bokning. Ta chansen att vinna på alla potten lotteri. Vi säljer lotter på arenan fram till andra halvleken på början. Vem tycker du är bästa IFK-spelare idag? Gå in och rola i Norrköping och rösta fram i favorit. Vi utser om det som får nya matcher och att självklart på det. Stödjen för Norrköping, Norrköping är en ledning. Vårdpartner Volkswagen kan 1000 kronor. Nu visar upp ditt medlemskap i IFK Norrköping. Besök Volkswagen.se eller Söderbergsbil.se.
Welcome back to our coverage from the Allsvenskan final day, and it doesn't get much more dramatic than this. 3 teams are on 65 points. At the top of the table, there can only be one champion, and right now that is Malmö on goal difference alone. And if Djurgården lose, given their goal difference going into this game, they cannot win the title if either of Malmö and Hammarby win. They must score at least twice in the next 45 minutes, or they will let the title slip from their grasp. It is an extraordinary situation. Djurgården with a poor first half performance, a really poor start to the game, conceding twice in the opening 15 minutes. Lauritsen with a shot almost off his backside from a corner that gave Norrköping the lead on 8 minutes. And Haksabanovic, the man on loan from West Ham United in the English Premier League, rose higher than anyone to head in the second goal on 14 minutes. So this is an absolutely massive hour to come in the Allsvenskan, and we'll keep you up to date with what's happening elsewhere, where Malmö are winning 2-0 away at Örebro, and Hammarby are winning at home to Häcken. Hammarby must outscore Malmö's winning advantage today to win the league on goals scored, not even goal difference, goals scored. Astrid Ajdarevic is on for Curtis Edwards, the Englishman, who was only talking this week about how bizarre it is he's in this situation where he could become a champion of Sweden. We're back up and running. Djurgården must draw the game, you feel now, with the other 2 teams in the title race winning, to be crowned champions of 2019 in Sweden. Djurgården in the 2 shades of blue stripes, and Norrköping, the hosts, in the white with blue shorts. So the change of the break sees Curtis Edwards, who was relatively ineffective in that first half, in truth, by his high standards, and Astrid Ajdarevic, who hasn't actually scored this season, a player who was on the books at Charlton and Standard Liège previously, and was a youth player at Liverpool. Well, he recently said in an interview, and he's clearly not short of confidence, I know how to win big matches. Doesn't get much bigger than this for the number 10 with the blonde haircut, you can see. Ball presented to Buya Touré. It's an absolute gift for Djurgården. Can he take it? Brilliant save from Pettersson. That was the chance. What a start that would have been to the second period. Mohamed Buya Touré, one of the top scorers in the country, couldn't bury it. Ajdarevic from halfway, not a bad attempt, but very ambitious. It's an awful ball, and great awareness from Buya Touré, but he didn't really seem to have control of the ball until that moment when he actually got his shot away, by which point the goalkeeper had come out and defenders were starting to surround him. And it's a good save for Mischa Pettersson, the Swedish international goalkeeper. Still only 22 years of age, was playing for the under-21 side quite recently as well. Ring, can't quite flick it on. Ajdarevic is onto the ball here. Norrköping started the day 9 points behind Djurgården. Just finished 2 points behind AIK in the title race last year that saw them miss out on what would have been their 14th title and their first since 2015. Gunnar Larsson, his pass is cut out. Haksabanovic. He is galloping through midfield and he has runners ahead of him, and this might kill it. Is that a penalty? The challenge came in from Gunnar Larsson. Wow. Nothing given, and Christopher Nyman went down. Hopefully we'll get a look at that in a moment. But it was a really risky challenge from Jakob Gunnar Larsson, the last defender. Danielsson. It was interesting watching the reaction of the Norrköping players. There weren't really any appeals for a penalty other from the man challenged, which might well tell us something. Ulverstad, Radetinac, who had his moments in the first half. Ajdarovic, the substitute, kept out by Pettersson. This is better. Substitute. Ajdarovic hasn't actually scored in the league this season, and maybe that was creeping wide anyway, but Pettersson didn't want to risk it. In by Keck, and drilled for goal and in! Karlström has got it! And it is third time lucky for him from the edge of the penalty area. One more to go for the title. Jesper Karlström has fluffed his attempts from the edge of the penalty area so far in this game. That wasn't exactly a clean hit into the ground, but they won't care one bit. Through a sea of bodies, Pettersson could not get down. It's 2-1. Wow, this is very interesting now. We had that penalty appeal as well, moments before the goal back. Smith, the Costa Rican international, clipped into the area, but Vaiho will come off his line. Elsewhere, Häcken have scored at Hammarby. 1-1 there, so Hammarby drop onto 63 points right now, and will definitely not be champions if it stays like that. Ajdarovic, Buya Toure. Hammarby are the top scorers in the league, though. They found the net 72 times. That is roughly 20 more than any other team. So you'd back them to fight back in that game. But what happens there is inconsequential. What happened to Urban Mauer is inconsequential if Djurgården score again here. Ulverstad. Here's Ian Smith. Blomqvist. Clips it out nicely. Haksabanovic tried his luck there, but he was some way out. And if you don't normally watch the Swedish Allsvenskan, you're tuning in for the drama of the final day. Well, this isn't bad, is it? A three-way title race to be decided in the next 40 minutes of the season. Vitry Clip getting forward from right back. Pinged by Ajdarovic. Down by Elliot Keck. Karlström, the goal scorer. That, by the way, was only his second goal of the season. Norrköping don't really have anything to play for here, but you wonder if they will start to get drawn in and sucked into the gravity of the occasion. Another striker's coming on here, and Jonathan Ring, who was brilliant last weekend, and for me maybe Djurgården's best creative player, he is being sacrificed for a proper out-and-out striker. Winger for striker, And I think that's a little point there to Ajdarevic that he's moving out to the left-hand side, and they're basically going 4-4-2. So Ring off. Bujovic on, he scored as a substitute last weekend against Örebro. Toure tried to knock it down to his strike partner. The Norrköping supporters still trying to sing, but it is more the Djurgården supporters we can hear now. Smith. Ding down the line. Ajdarevic. Toure, the slip at the last. Alexander Fransson. From the shot from the Sweden international. Blomqvist. Smith. Norrköping looking to kill any Djurgården momentum here. They'll get a corner. Well, Norrköping lost one of their most important players in the summer. And Jordan Larsson, the son of Henrik Larsson, left for Spartak Moscow in Russia. He'd scored 11 goals this season and is still technically their top scorer in 2019. Deep corner. And both teams have looked vulnerable from them in this game. Norrköping look to their bench next. Martinez, free kick. So did they go direct into the penalty area here or look to build? So next up is Simon Thern, the former Sweden international. So on comes the experienced central midfield player who has been linked to the move away in the past 12 months. It's relatively disappointed at Andreas Blomqvist to be the player told he's coming off. Turn on, and he'll be part of the defensive effort here. Not the best of defensive efforts, and Kujovic nearly sweeps that into the top corner for 2-2. Ran all the way through to the big striker, flicked on by Toure. Had to cut across the ball. Look at that, it's actually a lot closer than I first thought. Malmö have scored a third goal. They now lead by 3-0 at Örebro. And right now they're comfortably champions on goal difference. The far superior goal difference to Hammarby and Djurgården. Brilliantly timed challenge. Kujovic. Toure, oh brilliant. And Lars Gerson, the Luxembourg international, is shown a yellow card. Brilliant quick feet from Toure. Just clipped it over him. And just wanted to be careful there, Lars Gerson, in terms of letting Toure through. If it wasn't the first leg that was going to get him, it was the second. Ajdarovic, deep ball, back in! Una Larsson's missed it! And that was a great chance for Keck. Really has to hit the target from there. Ajdarovic with a deep ball. Una Larsson, how did he miss that for starters? And he knows, with so much time and a kind spin on the ball, just hit the target and see what happens. The left-back has not scored this season, and I think we saw why there. Well, they still have more than half an hour to get the job done. But Norrköping pose a threat at the other end, let's not forget. And Nielsen, back to Tommy Vaho. That is outstanding play from two players nominated for individual awards. As is this guy, the right back, Aslak Vitry. Ria Toure. Will get there. Ria Toure has opened up for him. Kujovic, Radetinac. Never looked entirely comfortable there. Ulverstadt, Radetinac. Ajdarovic tries his luck again from range. He's done that a couple of times now. Ulverstadt. Feel the tension here as Ajdarovic tries to hang it up comfortably away. Back to Ajdarovic again. Keck's around the back and just couldn't quite time that run. Well, I think the changes certainly weren't from the two head coaches of Djurgården, Kim Bergstrand and Thomas Legeloff. They have brought on Ajdarovic and he has definitely added something. Søren Rex scored the third goal for Malmö, but they've scored again and now lead 4-0. So I think even if Hammarby win their game, given the maths involved, I think they'd have to win 6-1 to win the title. I think Hammarby are basically out of this. Marcus Rosenberg, formerly of West Brom, has scored the fourth goal for Malmö, one of the top scorers for them this season. But Djurgården can take all other matters out of it by scoring an equaliser. Well, where's that one running to? Una Larsson had to get there. A couple of objects thrown onto the pitch there from the stands, but the ball boys are over to deal with it. Vitry, one of their best players this season. Good darting run forward. The two strikers are waiting in the middle. They're appealing for handball, but the assistant referee had a great view of that. It's all Djurgården on by Una Larsson to Ajdarovic. Kujovic. Kujovic still. Hallström, the goal scorer. Smith hasn't quite got that away. Vitry. Goalkeeper comes and doesn't quite get there convincingly there, Pettersson. Bergstrand is a nervous wreck on the touchline right now. And there's an injury, so we're going to have a brief stop. Norrköping about to make their second change. Well, this would be a big blow. You can already see that Christopher Neumann had bandages around his knee there, and he's clearly got a problem. He'll finish with 10 goals this season. He's had a fine campaign. And a chance now for Karl Holmberg, who was the joint top scorer in the 2017 Allsvenskan with 14 goals. The striker, who has earned a couple of caps for Sweden, comes into the game. 2017 was his year when he scored 26 goals in all competitions. Danielsson, who hopes to be lifting the Lennart Johansson Cup at full time. Ajdarevic. Keck. Good work from the left back. He's persevered here. Kujovic into the middle. They've got it. Buya Touré for 2-2. It might be the goal that makes them champions. Their top scorer this season, in one of the biggest moments of the season. Djurgården have the equaliser they need if they draw their champions. Good work from Elliot Keck to keep the ball alive. Kujovic, the substitute, linking up with the other striker, just swept it into the area. And Buya Touré had the instincts, the awareness to make that run and turn it in from 2-0 down. They're level, and they are 25 minutes away from winning the Allsvenskan. And they'll be dancing long into the night if they can keep the scoreline like this. In the live league table, Djurgården move on to 66 points, Malmö 65, and Hammarby, well, they lead again. They're 2-1 up, they're on 65, but the other two games don't matter right now if this stays 2-2. And that equaliser has revealed where all the Djurgården supporters have been hiding themselves around the stadium. But here come Norrköping looking to spoil the party. Vital intervention. Una Larsson had to get there. It's down the line by Karlström. Buya Touré hacked down. That'll be a yellow card. Radetinac, I think, actually trying to entice Rasmus Lauritsen, the man who got the opening goal, into a second yellow card, some kind of retaliation. Not a good foul at all. It's top-end yellow card. And Buya Touré is in a heap. Doesn't look good for Buya Touré. Moments after he made it 2-2. Well, let's get another look at the goal. Kujovic has been brought on to add a bit of muscle and purpose about their play. And my word, he's done that. Brilliantly worked into the middle. And him and Buya Touré clearly have a good understanding. They know it's not done, but they know they're close. He's really struggling here. the Sierra Leone international, who is on loan for 2019. These might be his last moments as a Djurgården player. Ajdarevic hangs it into the middle there without him for the moment and down to 10. Radetinac down the line for Danielsson. Surely he'll take a corner here. He's not going to get that. Radetinac. And a goal kick. Malmö are 5-0 up. Rosenberg has scored. They're really doing the job away at Örebro, but no doubt the news will have broken now at the games involving Malmö and Hammarby. Foul by Ajdarevic. Yeah, the referee has thought he wasn't going to give that for a moment. Buya Touré, by the way, is back. You can see him up front there as the lone striker. Kujovic is sort of playing off him in a deeper centre-forward role. Not moving very well, Buya Touré at the moment. Term does just that. Moves on to Fransson. Norrköping, after a long hard season, have the energy to try and get a third goal. 20 minutes to go, on by Ajdarevic. Term driving through the middle and still going here. Pops back into the central midfield player, but Ajdarevic just hangs it over halfway. Buya Touré not entirely happy the ball wasn't played to him. Hammarby 3-1 up. Goals flying in the Allsvenskan. Doesn't matter though because it's 2-2 here. Feels a bit like a Djurgården home game right now. Free kick. A nudge in the back of Fredrik Ulverstad. Djurgården did well on match day 29, the penultimate run against the season on Monday. They had 6 of their starters on yellow cards, which would have meant they would have missed today. All of them avoided a caution, meaning they're basically at full strength for this trip to Norrköping, and they've shown their strength in the second half. But Haksabanovic has been a menace and is a threat every time he's on the ball for the home side as he hangs this one into the middle. Scrapple collect. Back towards Ian Smith. Went to the World Cup with Costa Rica in Russia in 2018. Ian Smith, the right back. Smith. Now it's Norrköping who have more of the ball since it went to 2-2. Persson, Kujovic, Ajdarevic, Buya Touré, Ajdarevic, swept out nicely, Radetinac, stab it on to Vitry. Isn't just the quality that Kujovic and Ajdarevic have added since their introduction, it's the physicality of them. They did look a little bit lightweight in attack in that first half, but getting bullied around the penalty area by Norrköping. Suddenly Kujovic able to hold the ball up, chest it down, bring other players into play. Ajdarevic with that swagger and aggression about his work in the number 10 position. Free kick now, and it's another yellow card. Oh, it's a second yellow. Toraninson was booked in the first half. He's been shown a second. It's great news for Djurgården, and the home team are down to 10 men. The Icelandic international is gone. Well, what was he doing, snapping into that tackle like that to try and win the ball back? Can't see a tremendous amount of contact. Radetinac flung himself up. It's 2 fouls on Radetinac, in fact, that has got Toraninson the red card. And we called it first half. Risky to get booked so early against a player the quality of Haris Radetinac. Such a needless second yellow. So with added time, we probably have 20 minutes to play, and Djurgården will do that with a man advantage. Turn with a little sprint away here. Cards flying out now, and entirely sure he's presented that one. 2 defenders on that side. Confirmation of that in a moment, but it does look like Mr. Karlström is the guilty party. Danielsson. Malmö praying that Norrköping could somehow rally for a winning goal. Ian Smith, the right back, is coming off, and Pontus Almqvist, a right-sided midfield player from the academy, is a more attacking-minded player down that side, so they're going for it here, Norrköping. They have nothing to lose here. They will finish 5th no matter what happens. So now they're going to try and ruin Djurgården's day. A reminder, Örebro 0, Malmö 5, and Hammarby lead Häcken 3-1. He's immediately on here, and he's actually started down the left-hand side, looking to cut in. Dropped in by Almqvist. And it's just beyond the youngster. Well, whoever wins the title today will lift the Lennart Johansson Cup, Pokal as it's known. It's been presented to the Allsvenskan title winners. It might well be Kim Bergström's side who take it. Trophy named after the former UEFA president from Sweden, who was largely seen as one of the architects of the Champions League as we know it now. And actually 9 years ago, the trophy underwent keyhole surgery because there were rumours there were inscriptions about specific clubs inside the trophy. A proper doctor performed the surgery on the trophy, and sure enough, it did say Djurgården are the best inscribed on the inside of the trophy. That was wiped out once it was found. Drilled in by Kujovic. They might well be the best come full time here. And with 12 minutes to go, it's still Norrköping 2, Djurgården 2, which won't be enough. On by Ulrstedt. Toure hunting this one down. He looks okay after that injury. Kujovic, reinforcements arriving, and Ajdarovic was in loads of space on the left-hand side of the penalty area. And a third goal surely would see this done. Unusual coming together in the centre circle there. And Ulrstedt takes himself away from the scene. Launched into the penalty area. Well, and these are situations where anything can happen from a Norrköping point of view. They've already scored one goal from a corner and one header from a cross swung into the penalty area. Back in it goes. Arvidsson, who has scored today, was up with Danielsson there, catches the defender, and the referee will stop play because it's a head injury. Might well be crowned Player of the Year in Sweden when the award winners are announced on Tuesday. Marcus Danielsson, the captain at centre-back, who is in real pain here.
Andra priser på Sotas ögon till ett värde av 1500 kronor från optiker Persson. Det är du som har lottnummer. Det är du som har lottnummer 13 700. 13 700. Priset kan hämtas i butiken på Drottninggatan 66. Vi tackar ut Norrköpings supporterklubb och optiker Persson för hjälp.
It is a free kick, of course, here to Djurgården as we wait for Marcus Danielsson to get to his feet. Looks like he is okay now. Huge guy, 6'4" at centre-back, who was picked up a couple of years ago by Djurgården. And following protocol to the side of the pitch, back in. Toure teasing there with that little touch to take it away from Holmberg. Radetinac. Still only one goal in it in terms of Djurgården's title success here. Should Norrköping somehow scramble in a third, they will not be taking the trophy back to their home in Stockholm. It's a low ball into the middle. Dearie me, it was nearly tucked in. Danielsson was there with the vital intervention at the last. Kujovic. Toure has slipped in. Ajdarovic is making a run into the area. Toure tries to cut it back, but can't find Ajdarovic, and they've had chances to end this contest. Turned out, and Simulturn looking for options ahead of him. There's a lot of white shirts around him, in fact, here. Down to 10 men, and trying to find a way through, but Imagine getting bodies into the penalty area and hanging it in there with crosses. Is their best chance of scoring. Ajdarovic. They do look very relaxed and in control here, Djurgården, but you never know what's going to happen. Back by Ajdarovic again. Danielsson. Still insisting on playing it out from the back. Vitry. Spotted Kujovic, who had his arm up. Wanted possession, the striker, and now wants help. Was at Fortuna Düsseldorf last season, but didn't get a kick in the Bundesliga after their promotion to the top flight in Germany. Emir Kujovic. He's actually facing his former club today. He used to play for Norrköping.
Dagens publiksiffra som presenteras i samarbete med revisorerna på IHA på laget 15 000.
On by Jakob and Larsen. Vitry.
Välkomna tillbaka nästa säsong.
Vitry. A skip beyond two defenders. Castegren across to try and deal with him. Goal kick. He was appealing for the corner, but he knew all along. Slack on Vitry, 23 years of age, the Rosenborg Academy product. Well, this was the chance, and it's Holmberg who's in the middle, and Danielsson made a vital intervention. Buya Touré just couldn't get enough weight on the cutback. I think he could have actually played that a lot earlier to Ajdarovic. Norrköping have only lost at home twice all season. Looks like they're going to hold the champions to a draw, but should they have ambitions late on here to grab the win? It's a real tightrope that Djurgården are walking here, because the players will know the situation really, that Malmö have a comfortable lead, or are leading 5-0. Comfortable, an understatement there. So that conceding is simply unthinkable. It means that they will not win the title. Radetinac. They'll take the corner. Not too many players actually breaking forward for the penalty area. Everything's quite slow and laboured, with intention, of course, to ebb away at the clock. Vitry, they don't swing it in first time. Radetinac. Olstad. By the way, Gothenburg are winning 7-1 against Östersund. It's a crazy final day in the Allsvenskan. Game with little consequence in terms of who finishes where, but 8 goals there. Back in towards Radetinac, but he's unable to meet him. Pedersen. Out it goes. Karlström. Just want to lose it there. Keck can move it on to Ajdarovic. Tidy work from Ajdarovic. Well, 12 wins in their last 14 league games really is title-winning form. They haven't been their best against the title challengers this season, Djurgården. But against the other 12 teams in the country, it's been relentless. Win, 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 win over the course of the last 8 months. And they've had to watch on with MP while their rivals have won titles ever since their previous one in 2005. Ajdarovic does really well. Kujovic looking to work the angle himself to shoot. And yellow card here for Ulverstad. Ajdarovic denied the opportunity to gallop up the pitch as he has done, particularly in the first half when he scored his goal. Yep, that's a yellow for sure. On to Ajdarovic. Totally turned out. He almost looks a bit too relaxed in possession sometimes, Ajdarovic, but they've moved this on well. Buya Touré. Kujovic is on the edge of the penalty area. Buya Touré, though, has intentions of his own and should have sealed it in the 90th minute. He did the hard part of skinning the defender, stayed on side, looped into his own half, back into the opposition half. This is great individual play one-on-one, but the finish was poor from Buya Touré, and he should have gone across the keeper, really. The final one on, Kevin Walker. And I can't help but mention it every time he comes on the pitch. The 2013 winner of Swedish X Factor. Honestly. So he's on. Away by Keck. Kevin Walker, by the way, besides being a great singer, is also quite handy in central midfield here, and he'll do that job into added time. Free kick to Djurgården. So Buya Touré is the player who has made way for Walker. So that's a central midfielder on for a striker. Buya Touré, though, might have got the goal that's made them champions. They're into added time, of course, elsewhere in the Allsvenskan right now. Hammarby 3-1 up against Häcken. Malmö 5-0 up at Malmö. Free kick Djurgården for the challenge on Ajdarovic. If Norrköping score in the next 4 minutes, Malmö will be champions. Full time there, by the way. Malmö have won their game at Örebro 5-0. But in the live league table, they're a point behind Djurgården. And look how lethargic and slow and low energy the game is now, with the 7-time champions trying to eat away at this clock. Two match balls on the pitch. I think they knew what they were doing. Gathered by Pettersson. Is that a foul? Yeah, it's a free kick to Norrköping here. And the security staff are lining the edge of the pitch, preparing for the invasion of Djurgården supporters. Fransson is not happy at all. Oh, it's a bad challenge that from Elliot Keck. And now we will see Norrköping, I'm sure, swing the ball into the penalty area. Wow. And they're throwing the goalkeeper forward. This is extraordinary. Norrköping, with nothing to play for, are trying to ruin the day for Djurgården. Swept in. Goalkeeper out of position. Vitry thumps it long, and it goes out for a throw-in, which Pedersen may well take himself. Hammarby 4-1 up. Won't matter, they'll finish third. Kujovic on. Ajdarevic nearly there. Walker, anywhere will do, a minute to play. Well, it's tense here. The Djurgården supporters have been singing ever since the goal for 2-2, and now they're just watching on and praying that a nightmare situation doesn't come to fruition. They're in trouble here, though. No penalty. Scab will keep going, but Scab runs it out. Well, the supporters are now at the advertising boards. They're getting ready to celebrate. The security at the stadium won't be able to stop all those fans running on. We have now had the 5 minutes. Djurgården are champions for the first time in 14 years, and they've done it on the final day. From 2-0 down, they've drawn 2-2. From a nightmare to a dream, and they will celebrate long into the night. Full time, Norrköping 2, Djurgården 2. A remarkable afternoon. A three-way title race comes to the most dramatic conclusion. The Djurgården supporters, hiding in every pocket of this stadium, now suddenly reveal themselves and take place in the centre circle. They got the point they needed. They did it the hard way, 2-0 down inside the opening 15 minutes. But the goals came after half-time. The equaliser from Karlström, a fine effort from long range, and then Buya Touré, their top scorer, sliding in from close range. The trophy lift to come very shortly. But the headline news from Sweden here is that Djurgården are champions of Sweden. Svenskan season with 3 teams